program and have an intention to bring everybody into meditation and meditate together. So what is MMS? We are doing this for the MMS event, which is happening in LA from August 30th to September 1st, a 3-day live event. So for this event, we want to just energize and give our contributions to the program. So that is the whole purpose of it. So what is MMS? MMS is Mega mm, Meditation Summit. This is the third year which is happening. And let's see what Mega Meditation Summit is all about. It was born from a profound vision to enable mass meditation across the United States, elevating collective consciousness and leveraging the transformative power of group meditations to build consciousness and compassionate communities. So it's all about making people come together, meditate together, and elevate the collective consciousness. So, why MMS is to heal, to transform together, strengthen the communities through unity, discover inner peace and balance, and celebrate the diversity through unity. So, as we come together, we will celebrate this unifying energy, which will help us to, actually feel the oneness which we all are working for. So there's a quote by Patriji. He says that awaken to your own potential. It's limitless and boundless. Join to experience the power of unity, the beauty of shared purpose, and the joy of discovering your true self. Transformation starts here. So, coming together for this purpose, for energizing the day, for energizing this event is the whole purpose of Mega Intention Meditation. So, thank you for joining and being a part of this program. Now, I request Sam to take it over and welcome the speaker for the day. Yeah. Hi, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you, Prithvi. Good evening, Anil sir. Today's speaker is one of the pillars of the PSSM Global and one of the major pillars of MMS. And last 3 years, I personally have been visiting from Australia and volunteering for this event, and I see great contribution and great organizing throughout the year. This great master stands by this event and wonderful teamwork behind the screens. And while the event happens, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. And I joined as a speaker, one of the speakers for the for this program where he hosted me. So I wanted to take that privilege this time. So I was very selfish. Sir, can we unmute?
Unmute. Okay. Thank you, Master. Thank you very much. It was a surprise to me you sitting in the. Thank you very much for your kind words.
And I am sitting in the desk of Madhavi Makam, madam.
Oh, excellent.
One question, sir. What makes you get so deep into the PSSM Global and this program so intensely? Why?
No, that's a very, very good question. So let me give you my story, right? I've started meditation with Patriji around the end of 91 at Kurnool when the pyramid construction site was there. Patriji used to visit that site. The pyramid was not there yet. So at that time, I've learned the, trade of whatever the Anapanasati from Patriji. And then from then on, he said, hey, you don't have to come and see me. You can be on your own. And then you go do experimentation. So I went and dissected, did a lot of other experimentations with art of living and other work. And then eventually came back on track around 2011 and started doing the Anapanasati again. And then went a little deeper in the process. And then in 2017, I believe, 17 or 18 early, I met Patriji. back in India in one of the Dhyana Mahachakrams. And that's when Patriji kind of looked at me and said, hey, we are doing the internal thing. That's all good. But I think it's also time that you need to pass it on to the community. So you are living in US and you are in Virginia, and Pari is also right there. So why don't you go meet her, and then collectively you guys can do much more together. So that's when the first encounter happened, and then subsequently I spoke to Pari briefly at the time, but then we did not get connected. Maybe a year later or so is when really I went and met Pari through in the COVID time, or maybe right after COVID, and then we sat together and then started to look at it. And then that's when this idea of we need to kind of collectively expand the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We need to bring the movement much further. And she was doing a lot of work in the Maryland area, and I've just started the movement here. So I said, okay, I've started a little bit on my end, and then now trying to bring it together. It is a great opportunity. Then slowly, that's when the conversations got instigated. And then she kind of said, hey, as much as we love the spirit, then we did the Amrutotsavam back in Maryland. That was the first event that we have done in US. And I was co-chairing with Pari alongside with other, Madhavi, Madam, Srikant and everyone. And then right after that is when she, Pari said basically, hey, why don't you come and then start supporting us in the global frame? Because this is Jnana Jagat, and Patriji wanted this platform to be there to do the Dhyana Jagat work. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And this is what he told me to work with you, right? So whatever you are working on, I'm happy to join you hands and then start doing this collective effort. From then on, we have started to look at it. How do we scale this to make sure that the global platform is created, where we are actually not looking at the community level, but looking at a universe as a holistic, as a world. And that's when this idea came in, where we said, okay, why don't, even in the Amrutosam, Sheetal and some of them actually brought this idea that we should do this yearly and all that. So what we wanted is we want to solidify that idea and then see how we can bring everyone together. And then, and subsequently we had the meeting. And in one of the meetings is where this idea of Dhyana Mahachakram global platform came in. And at that point is when we said, okay, it's a beautiful idea. Let's do it year after year. And then where we should do, that was a big question. And then obviously where else we could do other than Dallas. So great masters like you have been visiting there, a lot of other masters are already there. They have a lot of, collectively, the local community in Dallas is such a huge PSSM community there. So we said, maybe let's start with that and then take it over, right? So that's when this whole idea of Mega Meditation Summit came in. And then my efforts into it are natural because Patriji asked us to be part of it and then start tracking it that way. So I know I gave you a long answer, but in short, that's how it is. My journey started that way.
So how was your initial reaction when Dallas was such a huge hit, sir?
It was powerful though, because I have been to Jnana Mahachakrams in India multiple times, but I think when we have done this in a global platform like this in US, and we have done it with collectively more than 700 or so, or 800, something like that at Dallas, it was a very profound, the impact within me, it was very transformative. If you remember, I met you right after Dallas, we were sitting in the cafeteria and we were talking, right? The energies that it got produced, this was never, I've never felt that kind of a jolt, right? So we talk about, always doing individual meditations or maybe a group meditations, or maybe during the COVID, it's a Zoom meditation. But 800 to 1,000 people coming together, sitting in a room and doing meditation, the early morning meditation, then the later meditation, it was really very, very transformative. There was a lot of healing that happened. There was a lot of shift in my side, the way I was looking at the world versus the way I was looking at after the event happened. It was very transformative. And from that moment on, I have made myself committed, saying that here on I'm gonna serve this. I will be part of this, and I will year after year we will do what we can do much better. And then the next came the North Carolina. We did little more different way. Now we are doing it in LA, where if you look at it, we started off with 800 or so in Dallas. We came to 1,000 as a number in North Carolina. Now we have crossed 1,000 for LA. So we are increasing, and then the diversity is a factor this time around, because we want to expand. See, the global Dhyana Jagat can happen not just with one sect of individuals. It has to be diversified. So to gain that platform, we have chosen this as an opportunity, and truly we are seeing the energies coming together. And I'm very excited for the opportunity and what has to come for us.
You were when you were young, you were very close to Patri sir's home and the first pyramid center. You never interacted, but you became very active once the physical absence of the master hit the whole pyramid spiritual societies.
Exactly. You're spot on. Yes.
Yeah. And what drives you? What drives you now?
It is for me the simple math what Patriji talked in 90s, right? That the math was truth. Know who you are, know your purpose, and live for that purpose. And I've in my own journey, I've been through quite a bit of ups and downs in trying to understand. I went through the scriptures route for quite some time, which was fruitful to a fact where I understood what is truth and why we need to know the truth, but I never experienced it. But when I kind of bring that knowledge and kind of connect it with the meditation, what Patriji talked about, you really have your own wisdom now. And the peace, the happiness, the insight, how you are looking at it, now you want to give it to the world. You want to give it to your near and dear, the family, everyone. So it's no longer the individual I, it is like, your collective I together as a society. So my motivation is to work towards that divine oneness. And, and that's where my energies are right now. At least, my look and feel of it. That's where I'm connected to the global, doing the mega meditation summit or any of those things. And the fact that when you are sitting in meditation and you're going into the deeper states, it is just that experience, the energies, the way you look at things, nothing bothers anymore, so, so that's what I enjoy most. And I would love to give that to the community, and I've chosen this as the great platform what Patriji has given us.
I still remember during the Dallas event, all of us were feeling so joyful from within. We don't know what was happening, as if we were in a very big sphere of joy and high energy zone. And like we didn't understand what was going on. So for people who are new to MMS, who are just looking at this program, trying to understand what is MMS, why should we be there, what would you tell them, sir?
No, absolutely. See, the most important thing when you are sitting with 1,000, in this case here in LA for MMS, we are talking about 1,200 plus. Imagine when you are sitting and doing meditation for an hour or two, the kind of peace and the kind of bliss that you feel. Now imagine that plus into 1,200, right? So the collective energy that you are developing, the grid energy that you're dispatching in that summit is going to be exorbitantly high. Something that you were able to do in 10 years, you are getting it in that 1 to 3 days time. And the second beautiful thing is it is transformative. The shift happens when you have a flow of energy, like a tsunami of energy hitting someone who is sitting in meditation, especially for beginners or anyone who is coming in, and the perspective shifts. You're no longer carrying your old baggage of guilt, fear, whatever those low hanging vibrations, and you are in a very high vibrative state, love, compassion, gratitude, and all that. And second thing is, which is what we come into meditation is, hey, I have a particular problem. or I have a particular health issue, right? And then when you come and be part of these energies, what happens is the healing is a natural thing. It's a natural phenomena when you are actually receiving that level of high energies, and exponentially, the shift is happening inside. All that healing, all that, just being around in that space itself is good enough for you to receive that energy. Leave about doing meditation those 2 hours or 3 hours, right? So if I'm a beginner, that is my motivation. I wanted to be with the like-minded people. I wanted to be with those energies to make sure that the internal shift happens for me. I wanted to have that healing energies to make sure that my life is balanced. I wanted to get out of that mundane things that are going on in my life and bring a shift, a new era, a shift of new era in my life, right? So all of that in one go, if you want to get it, then it is Mega Meditation Summit. That's it.
And there are so many online meditations happening, group meditations. So how different is a group meditation where we all meet in person to an online session, sir?
So in the online session, you are actually getting energies, but the energies that you are getting is virtual. You have to keep your video on, and the energies that you are getting is not that heavy when you are in person. When you are in person, your currents are exchanged, your auras are coupled together. So what happens? It also helps, at a meta level, right? You have the astral masters helping you, you have the universal energies working for you. That grid formation is much more solid when you are sitting together in a group. Especially at Mega Meditation, we are also planning to have pyramids this time, right? We are going to have pyramid tents where you will be able to sit down and all that, right? And then you'll be able to do Akhanda Dhyana. You will be able to do, timely, different times of different manifestation meditations and all of that, right? There is like a lot of shift happening at the same time in a multi-dimensional level. That shift and that level of energies you will not have when you're doing it virtually. It is still good. I mean, instead of me sitting and doing meditation on my own, joining a Zoom session and then being in the virtual is good. Going to a local satsang, and then sitting with 2 or 3 families together, that is better. And the best of the best is going to an event like this where you have such a huge energies and such an impact. And then the wisdom that gets shared, that's another one, right? Without that wisdom, everybody who is coming there, most of the masters have gone through their own journeys, and they have learned a lot of lessons. Instead of you going through or reinventing the wheel on your own, you have an opportunity to listen to the like-minded people, and then maybe the transformation happens in one day. Who knows? So that is the opportunity. That is the sense of shift that we are talking here. So that is the motivation why everyone in the pyramid spiritual society, not just pyramid society, but anyone who is interested to be part of this mission and who wants to be doing their own shift, right, transformation, they should attend an event like this.
Yeah, wonderful, sir. And I want to hear something about our lead for MMS and PSSM Global. A little about Pari Patri.
Absolute. What else is to say Pari Patri, right? Pari is Pari. The entire movement is because of Pari. If there is anybody who is the backbone for the entire thing, it is Pari. There you go. Pari is on. So without her, the vision, the mission, the core values, the way the principles are laid out, the way the bylaws are structured, the way the teams are operating, the way the ground reality, right? The way she's working on the ground for LA, for the event. I mean, she's everywhere. But again, right? She's everywhere, but she's nowhere. That is Pari. You don't find her when you need her. She will find you when she needs you. So that is how, it is excellent. It is, without her, it is just not a mission of this size is not, it is going to be difficult. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's going to be very difficult without her. And she brings Patriji's directive, right? She's the mission controller, right? what Patriji hammers us, now we have got Pari who is hammering us. Hey, miraculous thinking, keep the miraculous thinking hat. And I love it, right? When we go into the organizing meetings, she's always bringing us back, saying that keep that hat, don't forget that hat. You know, that I mean, she's the motivation and inspiration to everything what we are doing.
What do you say, Pari?
Thank you, Pari.
I am just enjoying this conversation.
I know. It is. It is.
Anil, but the truth is we are all working with each other. Our boss is Buddha. Our boss is Patriji. They are our bosses. Nobody works for anyone here, and that is the truth. It doesn't matter which organization, what logo, what label you are, what team you are in. When you leave this mission, you report to them. They are waiting to take report from you.
Yes, you bet.
So that's what we all, we must remember all the time, that this is, and we all play our roles. Everybody has a role to play, and we must play the role perfectly. That is what PSSM is about. Sansar mein Nirvan. That no matter whether you take up the role of a leader or a follower or a team player or a group leader, whatever the role you take up, you choose. You play that perfectly. No role is greater or lesser. Lakshman is not greater or lesser than Ram. They all play equal roles, and they played perfectly. So now it's our turn. So we are here for one mission. The mission is Dhyan Jagat, a meditation world. The mission is to create a compassionate world and a pyramid world where there is no reservation system, there is no status, there is no money coming in between. And that is the world we all want to see. That is the world we all want to, our children, grandchildren, our future generation should live for. And that is why we are working, is to create that future world for them. Every day we teach meditation, we are creating that vision into reality. We are making that vision into reality for our future generations. So it is our choice what kind of a world we want to live and go from this earth, because we all have to leave this earth one day. That is the truth. That is the eternal, the only truth is death. So how do you want to die? How do you want to leave this world is your choice to make. And Mega Meditation Summit is a very important milestone for this whole vision to manifest. So I am so grateful for each and one of you to who are here to and who are watching online and participating in this intention meditation. I'm really grateful, heartful gratitude to each one of you, for because without your thought, this won't get stronger and stronger and realize in a way that we want it to be. So thank you so much.
One last question, Pari. How is LA getting ready for the event?
LA is getting ready. LA is on their chase, and and a deep gratitude for that to happen is our Anil Master. Without him, he is a perfect program manager. We can't have a better manager than him. Setting task, it also takes a skill level to mobilize teams and motivate teams to get that work done. I can sit all day and talk about miraculous thinking, but on the ground, for things to get done, it is that strategy, that planning, that thinking that is needed to make it forward. So managing 22 teams and running this program is not an easy task. So I am so grateful. So, and not just Anil and his wife Bharti, both are a great blessing to PSSM. And we the whole PSSM bows down to this couple who have given everything. They have given everything: their house, their kids, their life, their money. I don't know if there is anything left to take from them.
Pari is being too humble here. But thanks Pari, thanks for your kind words. But I think it is everyone, right? I mean, everyone in the team, right? We have got about 22 teams, like Pari said. Every lead, every volunteer who is part of this mission have been doing great work. They've been spending a lot of their own personal time. Some of them are putting, their monetary, funds as well. It is, a work of this nature does not come with one or two, right? It requires that level of, a village to make it happen. And we are so fortunate that we have that village together, and Pari leading all of us on the chair. It is really helping. And then want to take the opportunity to also thank Sampath sir. I mean, he's been such a wonderful. He's another backbone internationally. He's the only master who is consistently coming onto MMS. Not that others are not coming, but his services are always available. I love to sit down and have a conversation with the master, how he's able to do it. While we are trying to figure out in a local level, at a national level, he's internationally doing it. And then he's coming and being part of this MMS is such a huge thing for us. And thank you very much, Sampath sir, for all that what you're doing, and you continue to support us. Thank you.
The one and only inspiration is just behind you. We all can see it. One most beautiful thing about this session is we have a very little young master here. One of the masters wanted to introduce. Can we unmute her and make her talk, Prithvi? Yes.
Hello. Okay, let me see if I can turn the camera around. This is the chillest child. Oh my gosh. Here we go. This is her. She's been meditating with me for many, many months. I'm saying like probably with PMC, I should say. Since maybe December, and she was conceived in October. So she was just born on Wednesday. She loves it. She loves it. When I would be sitting in meditation, she would be jumping around. It would make it so very difficult. Now that she just does this. So
cute.
Yeah. And that's how I was able to let me turn it back around. The only way I was really able to get through the process was through meditation, because it was very difficult on me. My labor was a very medically challenging labor, and I just kept always, it was when it got too challenging. Well, I mean, I was doing breath work the whole time, but when it got really challenging and people were telling me different things and they had to do another thing and another thing, I just kept going, okay. And so the last part of it was she wasn't descending, and I imagined what her head looked like, where it needed to be. For 30 minutes, they gave me 30 minutes, and nobody knew I was meditating. They just said, we need you to be in this one position for 30 minutes. And I just went inside and I just breathed the way I needed to. And I just said, you're going to be in this position and you're going to come. And that was it. And we didn't even know it was a girl. But about 3 hours beforehand, she told me she was a girl, but I didn't tell anybody. So after she reached a certain point, there was no more pushing. I just went, and I said, oh, I think the baby's about to come out. You might want to just catch her. And they were like, well, why are you pushing? I said, no, she's just ready. Just so calmly, like, okay, I think she's ready now. And the doctor wasn't even there. It was my partner, and the nurse delivered her. But they kept wanting me to hold my breath. And even though she was saying, hold your breath, I did this, my own breathing technique. I never stopped breathing. I always made sure that there was always breath. And so that's how I was just amazing how, even though all these other external things were happening, I just kept going back, because this was like 2.5 days. And I was no food, no water, nothing, just IVs and all of that. So if we can do that in the most challenging of circumstances. You can imagine, right? So that's how I'm able to stay calm with her, because sometimes she does wake up and she gets a little, there's some crying and stuff, and I just go, okay, all right, just breathe. It's all right. So we do a lot of breath work still, and she will her whole life. So I'm hoping that we can get everything in line so we can talk about it at the summit. We're planning on coming. Should be about 6 weeks at that point. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ruthie, over to you. Wonderful. I want to thank all the Indian participants. First time, there are a lot of participants from India as well this time for this intention meditation. If anybody wants to speak, anybody wants to direct, over to you and over to Anil sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was really inspiring to listen to Anil sir, how he has gotten to the mission and he has taken the lead. And all of us are looking forward, even though we are not able to be there, but we can totally, visualize the energy and feel the energy of the MMS that is coming up. So thank you so much. If there's anybody to share experience, we are open for it. Otherwise, we can just conclude and come back tomorrow, meditate again.
Yes.